Hi guys.
Hey guys. You're hiding behind our little jungle.
Look at all these bushes, guys, which we're gonna remove when we do our fence. I told you not to sit there. There's a bunch of ants.
What's any?
Yeah, right there. See? Look at all the ants. See? It's gonna crawl in your pants. Here we see. See? Look at all these ants. Look at that.
Well, the ants are everywhere. No matter where you sit.
Yeah. The neighbor there, I think they're doing construction on their house.
Yeah.
You're drinking.
I'll walk out there.
You're drinking coffee, Nima.
Yeah.
Move in here a little bit.
Oh, leave it at your window. Right here.
Here, I will wipe it with my hands,
Oh my.
so you don't have to.
They're little microscopic ants. They're not gonna bother you.
Oh, what if it will bite your?
Yeah.
There's a.
Okay. Okay. That's good.
You know, my face today starting to peel. Look.
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
See in here. See that?
Yeah, a little bit. Not very much.
Does it look bad, my face?
No, I can't even tell. Still looks a little red,
Yeah.
but you can't even tell.
Yours is just like tan now.
Yeah, eventually I do tan. You know, like I said, I did construction for 35 years. And when I was a framer, worked all year long with and cutoffs and no shirt.
Yeah.
And you know, after the first initial burning, I always tanned.
Your coffee smells good,
Yeah,
but I don't want to
it's
drink
good.
it. Yeah, well, maybe that's why your skin have spots in it.
Yeah,
Because you can see some spots, like dark
Right.
spots. Like
I had a lot of sunspots. You know, but I went to dermatologist and got them lasered off a couple of times. They're very faint now.
You like your skin.
Well, it's the only skin I got, so yeah, I do like it.
You know, there's in here in the Philippines, because it's a big deal here about the skin whitening products and all. And I never use whitening lotion or whatever. I mean, unless that's the only one I could find, then I'll be using it. But I don't care about if I turn light or brown, or just just the way my color is
Right.
brown. You know how brown my skin is, and
Yeah.
I already accepted it, and you like it anyway, so
Yeah, I
that's
do.
all it matters.
I like the brown. Yeah, I do. And yeah, I never used tanning products, fake tanning products or anything.
Yeah.
It's just the opposite in the U.S. Here they want lighten their skin. There everybody wants a tan.
Yeah, I've learned that so much about the skin color, guys, when I got to the US, because everybody there wants to have tan skin. There's even a spray you
It
can
was like
spray.
a bizarro world coming from the Philippines.
But here in the Philippines, there's all kinds of whitening products.
Yeah, it's not good for your
Pills, lotion, soap.
Yeah.
Like there's even a drip. They call it they inject or something, and then they call it, I think, gluta drip. That's
skin.
what they call it.
Yeah, I think there's a pill like what do they call it?
Glutathione.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
a pill you can take for it too. And which a lot of people in the U.S. I think have taken that, that therapy.
Yeah. Today, guys, is a very hot day. We woke up late, or well, at least me and Dennis. Did you wake up early?
Yeah, I did. Woke up early. I mean
There's always a thing in your.
my
towels.
The bathroom's got hair all over it, probably.
Yeah, and there's also some fiber in it.
Yeah, right.
And it bothers me, guys, when I see something
I
on
need a new towel.
Dennis. I always change your towel in there. I'm the one who keep changing it. Whenever I see something on his t-shirt, maybe there's a tiny piece of ant or some fiber, length that it bothers. I need to pick it. Actually, I need to go to town because
For what?
to pay the electric bill.
Oh, yeah.
Do you wanna go?
Yeah, I'll ride along. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can get out. We're the only ones here, guys. We're alone here, so we need to go.
All right.
You're gonna go, or you don't have to if you don't want to. All right. Ready?
Yeah. I've been waiting for you for 5 minutes.
Oh, you're complaining because we wait for 5 minutes. It's not 5 minutes, only like 2.5 minutes. The water guy came. Yeah, only 2.5 minutes. So guys, I just finished paying our electricity and now we kind of like don't know what to do. We may stop by somewhere, get some treats. Maybe Dennis deserve a treat for going with me.
Yeah, that's a good idea. A little ice cream would go a long way.
What kind of ice cream are you talking about?
I don't care.
Oh my gosh.
Ice cream sundae or ice cream anything.
Alright.
Bakery, pharmacy. Yeah, bakery, pharmacy, and
More bakery.
more
There's
bakery.
a couple of bakery here.
Yeah, that's the big deal.
And another bank.
Another bank.
That's what mostly the business, guys.
Yeah. The chicken business where they sell fried chicken. Minute Burger right there.
Oh yeah. And our Nabunturan bus terminal.
Yeah, this is the bus terminal here. Oh,
Wait, what did you do?
I didn't have it pointed out. I had it pointed towards me. Wow, let's erase all that.
Oh, you were pointing it to yourself?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's another drugstore.
Oh my god.
I mean, a pharmacy. Pharmacy, bakery, bank, laundromat.
Yeah.
In that order. Sometimes it'll be laundromat, bakery, another bake shop, another bake shop,
And another bake shop.
and another bake shop.
And bake shop on this side too.
Bake shop on
this
that side.
corner.
Pharmacy across the street on the corner. Wow. More bakeries here.
More bakeries.
More bakeries. Right here, Millette.
They are starting to prepare the night market.
Oh yeah,
Everybody.
everybody's setting up their stalls.
Yeah.
It's every night now, I guess, huh? The night
Yeah.
market.
Yeah.
They have enough new people around the area.
Yeah.
It didn't used to be this crowded on the streets. Man, every day now it's traffic jam downtown. And especially at night when they get set up.
Yeah.
There's a Marty store. There's a tailoring shop. Should take my pants there and get a zipper put in.
Why not?
Yeah. I can wear them. They're perfectly good
They're
pants.
parking here at tricycles.
Yeah. Outside Western
So
Union.
there's shades, you know.
Right. Cycle Mart.
Actually, this is the lechon baka or roasted beef.
Oh, well,
Flower shops here. That's for shop.
flower shop.
Flowers for the dead, huh?
Yeah, that's right. More flowers for the dead.
Maybe there's a lot of people dead.
There
because,
must be, man. A lot of people dying. That's what those flowers were.
That's the lady that we let ride, a neighbor lady. We let her ride with us
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
Print shop.
Uy, oh, I need to go here
Go to the
because
pharmacy.
yeah, because I need to get my Sinoprel.
Go in here then.
Yeah. Maybe after this we can go to the Jollibee ice cream.
Yeah, get ice cream. Yeah, the last I checked, the census in this town, it was like 79,000, 71,000, something like that. But it's got to be a lot more than that now. Nabunturan is the capital of this province, Davao del Oro. Nabunturan is the capital, so you know, the town is growing pretty fast. There's a lot of services here some of these smaller towns around don't have. When we were in Tagum yesterday, we noticed that there's a SM Mall being built there. Big SM Mall like the one in Davao. And it's huge, but it's going to be a few years before it's even completed. But yeah, I think I read where Tagum is the fastest growing area in Davao del Oro in this province, or in, was it in this? No, not this province. I think it was in Mindanao. Tagum was the fastest growing area, and it is growing real fast. So it's a good thing they're putting a SM Mall there. Man, it's unbelievable. There's so many people here now. Cars everywhere. You know, when we first got here, that house we didn't have any neighbors. All the lots around there were empty, man. And now they're all filled up. Our nice little quiet living in that province is gone. Now it's a neighborhood. This is Mercury Drug. Yeah, Mercury Drug. Where you can find stuff around here when some of the other drugstores don't have it. I still can't find that generic lisinopril, which is a lot cheaper than the brand. But you can't find it anymore. I don't know why. Everybody's out of it. It seems like they don't order it anymore. You know, when we bought this car, we bought it from the lot here in town. The guy has a good reputation, and he's not a yahoo, you know. This guy, but he buys one-owner cars and then sells them, redoes them, fixes them up, and then sells them. So when we bought this car, we had to put 1/3 down and finance it for 3 years. And of course, the financing went in her name. Of course, they would accept my income as part of the household income, but you know, I couldn't go on the contract. And in order to get the loan, there was a bank right across the street here that's closed up now that she had to open an account at, and she had to have at least, I don't know, I think it was $100. Had to maintain at least $100 in that account, and that's where she made the car payments to. Well, eventually, you know, we paid the car off early, and she decided to just leave the money because that's where she was making deposits, and then they would automatically take it out for the car payment until we paid the car off at that bank. So she left 3,500 pesos in there after the car was paid off just to keep the account open. Now I see the bank has closed down. So it looks like it's out of business and closed down, and nobody called us to come get the 3,500 pesos. But oh well, served its purpose. I don't know what we would do next time. probably go to another bank, but that was just a local bank. It wasn't a national bank here. But that's why they suggest when you open an account here, open it at one of the bigger banks. That's a national bank here. BDO or Bank of the Philippines or Philippines National Bank, one of those. Which we've been talking about getting a new car, but we got some other things we need to do first. But this car is a 2020, and it's a Toyota Rush. A couple of people asked what model it was. It's a Toyota Rush. I don't know if they built them especially for the Philippines or for Asia, but I don't know if they sell them out in the United States or anything. But it's a Rush, called a Rush, and it's a 2020. So here we are 5 years later, and the car is getting 5 years old. It's still in good condition. Changed the oil regularly, serviced everything regularly. You know, never really had any problems with this thing. But you know, it's getting older, and we would like to get a little better car. This has been a real good, dependable car, but it's a mid-size. The seats were made for Filipinos, not for, you know, big guys, and so the seats are kind of small and hard and uncomfortable a little bit, and it rides real rough because it's up so high and it's got heavy suspension on it, because beefed up suspension, because it's a 7-seater. So when you have 7 people in here, it rides pretty smooth. Well, there's only two or three people in here. It's a pretty rough ride, but it's, like I said, it's been a real good car, man. Very dependable. But it's getting time pretty quick, maybe to get another one, so we can sell this and get something out of it while it's still in good shape. This guy here's got the little side things on. I've seen these motorcycles here that's got a board going across the motorcycle, and they have a person sit on each side of the board to keep ballast, and they have to be pretty close to the same weight, and that's the way they haul people. He's sitting on this board that's balanced on a motorcycle, and it looks pretty iffy to me. I don't think I would ride it, but they have to learn to make do with what they have, and they sure know how to do that. You know, when I first visited the Philippines, she was living in Bull Hall with her aunt, so that's where I visited. For first 4 times I was here, I never visited Mindanao at all until we moved here. So I didn't know nothing about Mindanao other than the stories that you hear about from the embassy. But Bull Hall, yeah. So Bull Hall is where I visited the 4 times I went here, and very nice there. You know, it's Panglao Island is almost attached to Bull Hall Island. There's a bridge that connects them, and Panglao Island is a international diving spot. People all over the world go there because of the diving and the whale watching. The water is just beautiful, man, crystal clear. Beaches are white beaches, beautiful. It's just beautiful there. Yeah, so there was some property there, and I was looking at property when I first went there, but it was too soon to, you know, purchase any property, and we weren't even married yet. But I sure wished I would have. Beautiful. Yeah, Panglao is beautiful. But all of her relatives live in Mindanao, so, and in this area. I mean, they live all over. Some of them are in Bohol. You know, her mom and dad or her siblings are here. You see these tricycles everywhere, man. everywhere. Oh yeah, but what I was going to say, and so when I first came here, went to Bohol, and we would go downtown, Tagbilaran, and eat, and I'd see the kids coming home from school. All the little boys had their arms around each other's neck, and little girls would hold hands coming home from school. I thought, man, that's so cool. It was kind of like the 1950s, in the U.S. That's what it appeared to be. The culture and the way they acted and everything. And it really kind of sold me on coming here to know that's how the people are, And it was like a 1950s culture, kind of. It still is, still is that way somewhat. I mean, it takes it's a slow process to get modernized in a poor country, but they still have the same values and cultural values. But yeah, Mindanao, when all I heard was, horror stories about Mindanao. Go to Mindanao, you're going to get kidnapped and get your head cut off and all that. And there was times when it was very dangerous for white guys, but those times are past pretty much. I still don't go there in the southern Philippines by the Sulu Sea and all that. I don't travel that far. Davao is about as far south as I go. Have been to Samal Island, and there's some very nice resorts out on Samal Island. Water's great, real clear, but that's where, years ago some guys got kidnapped from. Well, I don't think the threats is as bad now, but I don't know. I would go there again. I don't know if I would go to one of those resorts and stay there. But from doing all the research and everything I see, it's pretty well settled down now. But it still occurs. If you go there and act stupid, you can get in trouble anywhere by doing that. Just mind your manners, man, and mind your own business. Don't make the mistake of coming to the Philippines and trying to explain to them and show them the modern way of life. They discovered it in their own terms, in their own time, and they don't want some foreigner telling them. I don't know, maybe she's having them produce that medicine. It's been there a long time. Yeah, if you try to buy property here, I was checking. I mean, property here is almost more, or just about in most cases, more expensive than it is in the U.S. You can buy 5 acres in the U.S. It used to be $10,000, $20,000. You can't buy 5 acres here for that. They want $1.5 million, $2 million for a hectare. Sometimes $1 million you can get a hectare. Well, that's $20,000 for a hectare. That's 2.5 acres. So if you go by those figures, you could property in the U.S. is a lot cheaper than it is here. But there's a lot more property there. And of course, it depends where you buy. If you buy in the town, closer to town you get, the more expensive it is. And further out in the province, it's hard to find any deals anymore because, everybody wants some acreage out in the province, and you think about it, and you're going to spend $1 million pesos, $20,000 for 2.5 acres, a hectare, and $20,000 you lay out, and then you plant rice on it, grow a rice crop, and what are you going to make? I don't know, 50,000 pesos an acre. So you might, if you're lucky, if you have a good crop, might make 100,000 pesos, and that's it. You've invested $20,000. You know, so it doesn't pencil out, man. There's no quick rich way to get here, unless some of these guys that have money, some of these Filipino families that have money, they go out and buy a lot of acreage. They buy a lot of property, and then when they harvest, you know, and then they have a crew that does all their work. And when they harvest, they can make some money that way. There are some rich rice farmers, but they got a lot of property. But you barely make a living on a hectare of rice. And a lot of people, they survive on a lot less than a quarter hectare. They plant and try to survive on that. So yeah, there's no get-rich things here. Get rich quick here. Like I said, unless you're a native and a citizen, and your family's got a lot of money, you can buy a lot of land. You know, and then some of these rice farmers do very good. But you know, I think farming's like that everywhere. You just it depends on the pests, how much money you got to treat the product, treat what you're going to keep the pests under control. If it's not pests, it's rats. Or if it's not rats, it's the weather. But to me, farming was always a big gamble, man. I always felt sorry for the farmers because they work, you know, day and night. My cousin had a farm when I was younger, 13, 14. I lived with him for a couple of years on his farm. He had a dairy farm and some acreage, and you know, milk. He had like 75, 80 head of cattle. We milked them twice a day. Me and his son milked them twice a day, and in between getting up early and milking the cows and milking them late at night, in between there, we worked in the field, bucked hay, mowed alfalfa, did everything that needed to be done around there. And I know they work 7 days a week all day long. That's a hard life being a farmer. I sympathize with them. They work hard for their money. Wow.
So guys, we just got home and it took me so long dealing in the pharmacy. My gosh.
It's pretty small, Melvin.
Well, that's good, honey. It's only both of us. So instead of getting ourselves some treats, ice cream and all sweets, we decided to just stop by at the market and get watermelon. Then we're just gonna cool it and then we're gonna eat it. Now you're having
ants in the car, man.
No, it's not in the car. Probably from your shirts earlier when I told you not to lean in there. So yeah, and I also got a very like small grapes. See, just small. So I think it's a good decision that we didn't get an ice cream or something that is sweet. But anyway, guys, I had to deal with at the pharmacy because they don't have the most important medicine that Dennis needs to take. I mean, they only have a few, but I need more. So they've been cooling all their branches in Tagum, and
there's not any in town here?
No, there's not. So we may have to probably go to Tagum because she called in Tagum and they only have about 20 something, and Dennis cannot go on without it. It's your lifetime medicine.
Yeah.
And she's saying to me that it is hard to find this because
why?
They don't have it in display because nobody really buy it that much. It's expensive. 86 pesos each is the
Lisinopril. Well, they're gonna order some for you there?
Well, they said they're gonna order a emergency request because I told them that it's a maintenance, you know, it's not temporary. So they may order, and I go, if they possible, they have the generic, which is the Prisca, then I will just order that one.
Get a couple months supply of that one.
Yeah, or more. Yeah. If they have 100 pieces or whatever, then I'll get that. But the other one, 86 pesos, is very expensive. Yeah. So that's what taking me long, and now we may have to go to Tagum tomorrow because they reserve it for me.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right.
Anyway, guys, that's what's happening on today's video. Dennis just told me that he had a lot of chika-chika with you while waiting for me
Sure,
at the...
a lot of them will get erased, but
Yeah, it's okay, honey. That's good. You had all the chika-chika you want without interruption. You can talk all you want by yourself.
I did.
Wow, very good. That was your chance.
Yeah.
So that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all again tomorrow.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.